Hi, my name's Ruan and this is my channel, The Yorkshire Sew Girl. How are we? I hope we're all really well. Excuse this kind of sweaty face. Right, so I'm sure all us UK vloggers have been moaning an awful lot about the weather recently, haven't we? About how rubbish it is. Well, the gods have answered and they've given us heat, and us people in England can't cope with it. Well, I certainly can't. So I'm a little bit sweaty. I've been at work today, I've come back. Luckily I can vlog in the evenings at the moment, which is great because the sun's out all the time. But I'm a bit hot and sweaty. I tried to put a bit of powder on, a bit of lippy for you, but I'm struggling a little bit, so just bear with me. Today I have got a saltwater slip-on. This was in a fabric that I got from the Fabric Boutique, I think it's called. I love it. It's like a crinkled viscose, so it's almost like a little bit stretchy. So I've put that on today because it's nice and cool. What I thought I'd do today is just have a bit of a catch up with you, really, because I haven't spoken to you properly really since before we went to Disney. Now I know I don't need to whisper anymore because the boys know, but a lot of people have been asking me the question, how's it gone? So I'm really sorry if you're not interested, but I'll just give you a little breakdown, okay, of what it was like. So we had a wonderful time, put it that way. We had the best time as a family as well. It was just really, really lovely. We went on the Wednesday to Sunday, so we had 4 nights in Disney, but we stayed in the hotel at Manchester Airport the night before because our flight was at 7 a.m. and we thought, rather than worry about it and have to get up really at the crack of dawn and me panic all the way there, because I'm one of them people that needs to be there 100 hours before you're supposed to be there, we decided we were going to stay over. So that was lovely. We went and picked the boys up from school and we'd put a teddy in their seats and put their seatbelts on. So for Ollie we'd put a Mickey Mouse, and for Jack we'd put a Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a little bit older now, isn't he? And when we picked them up, I walked them back and their dad was there in the dad's car. So at first they were like, why is dad here as well? That's a bit weird on a Tuesday. They got in the car, I slung all their stuff in the car, and they were looking at these teddies and they were like, oh wow, thanks, what are these for? And we said, well, you've kind of got an inset day tomorrow, so we were thinking, should we just go to Euro Disney? And they were a bit like, what? What, should we just go now? We'll go home, quickly get changed and just like go? And they were like, no. I think they were in a bit of shock to start off with. It was lovely. We recorded their reaction, actually. It was really, really lovely. We whipped home, got them changed, and I could hear Jack upstairs saying, I just can't believe this is happening. I just can't believe this is happening. So it was lovely. We bombed over to the airport hotel, checked in. We did the twilight check-in where you can go and put your suitcases and check them in the night before. Hello, that made it so much easier in the morning. We were still up quite early and then we headed over. Everything went really smoothly and we were literally in the Disney park by about 11 a.m. which was awesome. We couldn't check into our hotel room, so we went and dumped our luggage. We stayed at the Santa Fe Hotel, which is like one of the cheapest Disney hotels you can get. It's about a 15-minute walk into the parks. So yeah, we took the bus in to start off with on the first day. Went there, it was just, you know, when you've thought about something for an awful long time, and obviously I really wanted it to be special for the boys, but it's also for me like a childhood thing. I've never been to Disney, always wanted to do Disney. So that was just, for me as well, it was magical. I'll be popping some photos in as well so you can see. But we just had the most amazing 4 days in history. It was supposed to rain the whole time we were there, so I'd taken ponchos, different changes of shoes, you name it, I'd taken it. But we didn't need it. Because we were very, very blessed with the weather. It started raining on our very last day when we were leaving anyway, so it wasn't a bother. So we did the getting up early and going into the parks on one of the days, because you get like an extra hour if you stay in one of the Disney hotels where other people can't go into the park. And we also went all the way through on one night and stayed up to see the fireworks and the drone show and everything, which was incredible. But it's very late because it didn't start till 11 p.m. because obviously they need it to be dark and it's the summer, so. But it was great. We went on, I don't think there's many rides we missed out of the whole place. Disney Studios, there's 2 parts if you don't know. Disney Studios, they were doing a lot of work on it, so there was quite a lot of rides that were shut and it was boarded up quite a bit, which was a bit of a shame, but we kind of knew about that before we went, so we just made the most of it. The kids loved like the Ratatouille ride. We loved the roller coaster ride. My eldest is not a roller coaster guy at all, but he was so brave. He went on it, ended up being one of his favourite rides. There was quite a few roller coasters we didn't take them on because they were a little bit scary. But yeah, we just had the best time. And then we basically just got an Uber from the airport, which was dead easy and really cheap, and an Uber back. And then when we got to Paris airport, it was absolutely horrific. I'd heard horror stories, so we got there full 3 hours, just above 3 hours before we were due to leave. And it was absolutely awful. It was the most stressful 2.5 hours of my life, I think, because we didn't think we were going to make our flight. So a lot of upset people. So if you ever do it, guys, make sure you're prepped and you're there well in advance, because we really struggled. I have heard some people that have gone and just gone straight through, but we didn't. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it anymore. I am going to do a vlog about all the things that I made for Disney, because I know I did a video a couple of months ago about what I wanted to take with me, what I wanted to make. I just need to take some photos and things like that and get myself organised, and then I will be doing a makes video hopefully within the next couple of weeks, so I can talk you through all of that then. What I thought I'd do though is just talk to you now about a few things that are going on, some things that I've been purchasing, etc, etc. Shall we do that first? Do you want to know what I've been buying or what I've been gifted? Right, let's start off with this one. So I've bought a few fabrics. It's got to be done, hasn't it? And one of the fabrics that I bought was this, which it's actually not coming out as bright on my camera. It's really bright pink. It looks red actually, but it's not. It's pale pink and bright cerise pink, but you can't really see it on here. It's looking a bit red, isn't it? And this is a viscose. I've got 2 meters of this, and I got this from, let me double check. Yeah, Bornella Fabrics. So I went on and had a little sneaky look, because the challenge So Recreate the Look that's done by Jen Legg and Charlene is running this month, and there were some discounts on. So I thought, well, I'll just go and have a little look, you know, like you do. And I saw this and I couldn't resist. So I've only got 2 meters, but I'm thinking a nice shirt in this because I just love it. But I don't know yet. I haven't actually 100% decided, but what do you think? Beautiful viscose, really lovely quality, and I got a discount on it as well, so it's even better. So that was the first thing that I purchased. Oh, I got this. So when I went to the gathering, which was the do that was organised by Sam from Frugalissima, Ali from Thimbers and Donna from Size Me Sewing, I won a prize, and I showed in a previous vlog, if you watched it, what was in the goodie bag, and it was really, really good. And one of the things was a voucher. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. One of the things was a voucher for little Rosy Cheeks. Well, you know how much I love Victoria. But I had a £20 voucher. So I've been on and spent that. So I have got the Mizzle dress. Now, I meant to get this when we went to the Stitch Festival, and I don't know why, but I completely forgot. And this is a gorgeous little dress pattern for kids. Now, I know I haven't got girls, but my best friend has got a little girl, and it's her birthday coming up in August, so I would love to make her this. And the top section is made out of knit fabric, and the bottom section is made out of woven fabric, so I love the idea of that. It's got these 2 little pockets, and you like your standard t-shirt. It just says, Mizzle is a reimagined classic t-shirt dress. This one-piece wonder is a wardrobe staple and guaranteed to keep you twirling. With an eye-catching pleat, the relaxed shape of the jersey top half and woven bottom half makes this a super comfortable and versatile dress. The short and long sleeves options allow this pattern to grow with you through the seasons. So I thought that would be really nice to make up for my friend's daughter for her birthday. And while I was on there, obviously I couldn't resist these as well. So I bought these as well. And these are Victoria's new labels. And these say original and bespoke. And I don't know whether you can see in this light, but they're actually all ridged. I mean, I think they look super, like, expensive. And then also these ones which say one of a kind. And you can see the rib effect in there as well, look. And then there's a little card, and it's got another little one on. You know, like I need more labels. I know I don't, but I've had FOMO about these ones. So I thought, while I'm on there and I got basically that pattern free with my voucher, I'll just buy those other little cheeky things as well. So I got that. What else did I get? Oh, Fabric Godmother. That'll be the death of me, I tell you. Their fabrics at the moment are just, I mean, they always are, but they're insanely good. This makes me feel a bit icky at the moment because it's so hot. But when I saw this, I had to have this. And it was expensive, but I was like, I don't care, I'm having it. It was one of those. And this is it. There's a theme going on here, isn't there? And it's like a jacquard knit. So can you see the texture in it? So it's on like, I don't know what colour you would say, really pale pink with like a blush pink diamond check. And then it's got red and pink hearts as well. Oh, tell me that isn't gorgeous. So that's the back of it. So it's like a really nice thin knit fabric. And I really want to make a, what do you call it? The cardigan that I've just made by, a Bertha cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons. So I've got 1.5 meters of that, and I would really like to do like the cuffs in a solid colour maybe. I'm going to play around with that anyway and see. The other thing that I want, I know, check me out, is Emporia Patterns were doing like a Me Made May winner, like a bit of a competition thing every week, which I didn't realise, and they posted on my Beyond the Pink Door dress that I've recently made that I'd won week 4, and I was like, oh my goodness. So they gave me a voucher. Thank you very much. So I went on and ordered this, and this is actually a fabric Godmother fabric that I've had my eye on for ages. I nearly bought it at the Stitch Festival, but at the time I was like, you don't need any more. You don't need any more. What are you doing? Stop being crazy. But because there was a voucher towards it, I'm like, well, I might as well have it now. And it's this one. You've probably seen quite a few people have got this, but it's gorgeous. It's on like this really lovely cobalt blue and navy background, and then it's got big 2 different shades of like pink and 2 different shades of orange flowers. And I love it. Again, that's quite an expensive fabric. I got 2 meters, I think, of this one. Automatically, I'm thinking a saltwater slit. How many times can I say that? But I am going to have a think about that. I think a nice little strappy dress would be beautiful for like a holiday. And I am planning a girly holiday for next year with my friends. We tend to try and go away every other year. And I might save that up for something a bit jazzy while we're there. Next up, I know there's a fair few, is a fabric that I got from Rachel's D-Stash, which I still haven't paid her for. Soz Rachel, if you're watching this, let me know. I have asked her a couple of times. This was when we did our Northern Soul Sisters live, and we were going through Rachel's stash. Poor Rachel, me and Tamlin were taking the mickey about some fabrics and all sorts of stuff, and she took it really well. She was absolutely brilliant. We had an absolute howl that night. We enjoyed the live that much, run for an hour and a half, and we could have gone on longer. But she gifted me this fabric and I love it so much. So it's pink and red flowers look on a white background. I think it's a cotton lawn, and it's just gorgeous. Sorry for all the creases. I've been washing all my fabrics. I always wash my fabrics before I put them in my stash, and then I don't ever need to worry whether I've done it or not. So I wanted to make a flare out of this, but there's not that much. I think there's 1.5 meters, and I think I need 2.5 meters for the sleeved version, which I've just made, which, did I just say it's a flare from Fabric Godmother? Don't know if I did. But I'm thinking I might be able to get out the sleeveless version of this, so I might give it a go with this. I have made a red flare already, so I'm like, do I need another one like this? But I think the answer might be yes. What do you think? What else could I make with 1.5 meters of this gorgeous fabric? Let me know in the comment section down below. And then, as you know, I'm an ambassador for Rainbow Fabrics, so I've just got the last few drops. I just thought I'll show you a few fabrics that I got from there. One is this one here, which is absolutely good. When you feel this fabric, it is beautiful. It's a red viscose twill. There's a theme going here, isn't there? With animal print, like zebra print all over it. Smells gorgeous. I've literally no idea what I'm going to make with it, but I just can't wait to make something. But I might put this in my stash and make this towards the autumn winter, I think. That's where I'm heading with that one anyway. Look at these fabrics when I put them together. Who's had the colours done? That'll be me. Anywho, and then this one, I love this one. I'm sorry if some of these have sold out, because some of these are a little bit older And obviously it's all dead stock fabric at Rainbow Fabrics, so they do sell out quite quick. But I'll link Rainbow Fabrics in the description box below, and you can get 20% off. They've got a sale on at the moment. Some of the fabrics are insanely cheap, and they've got a new linen drop as well. So if you use my code VIP !Ruan, which again I'll put in the description box, you can get 20% off if you want it. And that is an affiliate code, so I get a little cheeky payment from it. You know, it's nothing to be able to book a holiday with, but you know, I'm not complaining. So this is the other one, which is a beautiful viscose, and it's in like this khaki green, which is my favourite, but it's got these pops of coral. How nice are they? I think I'm gonna have my nails done in coral tomorrow. As you can see, I haven't got any on. Disney destroyed them. And then I've got this crepe fabric. It's like a viscose crepe, and it's beautiful, and it's just like a classic animal print. So like on this beigey background with like dark. It's more ditzy though, rather than really in your face animal print, that one, I think. And then off the most recent drop, I've got these two. So I've got this white linen. Never had a full linen fabric before. Sorry, again, it's been washed, and I don't overlock. I never overlock. I'm really sorry if you do that and you're like, Ruan, what are you playing at? I don't ever overlock. My edges before I wash them, I mean. I overlock, but not before I wash. Yeah, so I've got this gorgeous white, which again, all I can think about is making a fleur at the moment, which is ridiculous. And I've also got this, which it says is a flax linen. I don't know what that means, but it feels very different to the other linen, and its texture is very different as well. And it's come out, it feels a lot nicer now it's been washed. It's a lot softer. It felt a little bit stiff actually when I first got it, but now I've washed it, it's really nice. And I want to make, I think it's a McCall's pattern. If I can remember, I'll pop the picture here. But I've been crushing over this pattern for a while, and I think I'm going to make it in this fabric because I just think it'd be beautiful. It's either that or I'm going to use this for trousers. I'm not sure yet. I really like the Thea trousers by Tilly and the Buttons in like a drapey fabric rather than like a denim fabric. I've seen a couple of people make them and I'm like, oh, nice. The other thing that I bought, this has been over like the last 6 to 8 weeks, by the way, just so you know. I do save these up to show you. Is some washi tips from the Specky Seamstress. I absolutely love these. I've been hanging on because I had loads of washi tape, but then I actually ended up using them all and not having any at all. So I was like, this is my sign. So I went and ordered 4, because if you order 4, you get them at a discounted price. So I went for the purple sewing machines, the Notions one, which is so cute. This one, which I think is my favourite. It's like crochet patchwork. And then the Buttons one. So I got those from Specky Seamstress as well. I will link everything in the description box below. And I also got another free little washi tape. I got this from, so you know I buy a lot of my earrings from Sapphire Frills. Got some in today actually. When she did her recent drop, she, for the first amount of 20 people that ordered, she popped a little freebie and I got a little washi tape. So now I'm all stacked up with washi tape, so I'm well happy about that. So the biggest thing that I've got, I'm going to show you now. And I was very, very lucky to be offered by a company called FlexiSpot a new desk for my sewing area. Can you tell I'm excited? Now, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I have been struggling quite considerably with my right shoulder. I am going to see somebody about it. I'm going every 3 weeks to have it looked at and having physiotherapy on it. But I have a really bad shoulder. It's getting a lot better, which is really good. And the issue that I've got, I think, is that I apparently naturally stand with my shoulders folded in a little bit. I work at a desk when I'm working, and also my hobby is to sew. So everything I do, I'm kind of like this all the time. So when FlexiSpot contacted me and said, we'd like you to try out one of our desks, I thought, you know what, that might be a really good idea. And I've got the Comhar desk, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's absolutely incredible because it can go from a very low setting right the way up to standing level. I know, I'll show you in a minute. But it's just wonderful because I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, but I'm starting to see already that I'm readjusting my position. So I'm bringing my sewing machine closer to me, and sometimes I'm sewing a bit higher up, sometimes I'm sewing a bit lower down with my desk height, and it's certainly helping my shoulder. which is amazing. So it's like an electronic desk that will go up and down depending on what height you want it. I'll tell you what, I'll switch my camera around and you can have a look at it. I'll do that now. Okay, so this is the desk in all its glory. Isn't it beautiful? I went for the maple topped version with the white base. I do think it comes in black and white as well, so depending on what your aesthetic is. But for us sewists, sewers, seamstresses, whatever you like to call yourself, I do think this desk would be really good, and the benefit of it would be to be multifunctional. So I can sew at this, and then I can just press a preset button, which I've already got set up on here because I've tested it, and then it will go higher like magic. Watch this, I'll move you with me. You can see my sewing machine's on there as well. See how smooth and stable it is? And then when it gets to the height that I like it to be, which is this height, I can then do other things on it. So if you're not lucky like me and you don't have a cutting table, I spent years cutting out on my dining table and on the floor. And it's not very good on the old knees and back. Whereas, can you see how long this desk is? It's beautiful. You could use this as your cutting table as well. So you can either move your sewing machine off or you can leave it there, and you've got all of this space as well to cut out your pattern pieces, which I think could be a really good idea to save space. So if say for example you don't have a sewing room, or you're kind of sewing in the corner of a room, so you're in your dining room, etc., you could have this as your only desk and you'd be able to cut out on it and you'd be able to sew on it. And then if I just press the other preset button that I've got, you'll see it go back down to where it is when I'm actually sewing as well. So a really good multifunctional desk, and you can see how sturdy and smooth that is as well. Perfection. So here's the panel for you to have a look at. Look, so it's got like an LED display here, which I haven't, oh, that's so satisfying, taking that off. You've got your up and down button, so you can manually put it up and down to wherever you want to be. You've got 4 presets, which is pretty cool. So I've got 1 and 2 set at the moment, 1 for when I'm sewing, 2 for when I want to do things stood up, and then I've got another couple of options as I start working. And the other amazing thing is it's got USB-B ports in, so it's got 2 of one type and 1 of the other, so that I can charge my phone and watch, you know, YouTube videos and stuff like that if I want to. And it's also got a child lock button as well. So from a sleek point of view, it's absolutely beautiful in my eyes anyway. So what do we think? I'm a little bit in love with it, by the way. Just so you know. They do lots of accessories for it as well. I've actually got underneath here, you might have been able to see it earlier, like a standing mat. So I suppose this is probably good if you're working from home and you want to be stood up quite a lot at your desk because you don't want to be sat all the time. But you can lift your desk high, and then when you're stood at it, you can stand on this mat and it's all cushioned. So it's really good on your tutsies. Very, very impressed. The other thing that it's got is like an anti-collision mechanism. So say for example you've got something around your desk that you didn't know you had before. I've got kids, so that happens quite a lot. As it's being lifted or put down, if it senses something, it stops immediately, so that you don't bash loads of stuff, because that's the last thing that you want to do, isn't it? It's got a little tiny slim drawer in here as well. You won't be able to see it from here, but I've got my bobbin cases in here. I've got 2 of them. My pods for my Mariflex. I've got 3 tins of labels in here. I've got my pads that I do all of my notes and stuff in. So there's plenty of room as well in that little desk, and I just think aesthetically it looks really, really nice. And it's a really nice wide desk, so I can have my machine on it and do stuff. The one thing I am considering doing potentially is swapping my overlocker with my sewing machine. Having my sewing machine here and then my overlocker here, because it would give me a little bit extra space on the desk as well, so that when I'm trying to like pin pieces together and stuff like that, I've got even more space. I don't know, I might try that out as well and kind of just do a bit of jiggery pokery to have a look at it. So if you are interested anyway in taking a look, I'll pop all the details of FlexiSpot in the description box below and you can go over and have a look. They've got loads of different desks that you can choose from. My husband was very impressed with how it went together. I think he thought it was going to be a big job, but it wasn't at all. In fact, I could have done it myself quite easily. So I was very, very impressed, and it's a nice sturdy desk. The other thing that I was a little bit worried about was whether it was going to judder. Not at all. So all good from me. Right, then what else? So what else have I got to tell you? Oh, so I think I mentioned before challenges. I'm just having a look at my little notes here. we have got the So Fruity Challenge that's running at the moment, which I think the finish date is the 30th of June, which is this Sunday. I have done that. If you saw my So Fruity video, I'll give you a little hint of which one I went with. That's it, that's all you're getting. I need to take some photos of myself in that make so that I can publish that on the 30th of June. So that's the challenge that's being run by a vet from Blossom Sandwich, who also has Stash Hub. And I'm really, really pleased with it. I made that up at Rachel's social. So myself and Tamlin went over there after the live. We went the next day to Rachel's social. We had such a lovely day. It was perfect. We were in the room upstairs, which was really quite nice and intimate. And we just had a bit of a laugh all day. And I got my whole So Recreate the Look outfit done in one day. I know, right? It's pretty much impossible for me to do something like that when I'm at a social. I think they were all like, what is she on? Because every now and again when it got quiet, I'd be like, right, if you could only, I was asking people questions, if you could only use one pattern company in your whole life and that is it, which one would it be? They were all like, what, woman? But we had a really good time. It was really good fun. I'm doing as well a couple of collabs. Oh, actually, I've just noticed you'll be able to see one on here. So this is my collab that I'm doing with the lovely Bex from What Bex Sews. I think we're going to hopefully release a video on that at the end of this week. I've also got my collab that I'm doing with Stacey from Stacey J's studio. That's all done and dusted. I actually wore that to Rachel's social to wear it so that I could do a review on it. And I felt lovely in it. So I've got that. I need to take photos of that as well. I've got a lot of things I need to take photos of. So I need to just like stop being so sweaty. Get on with it, basically, is what I need to do. I also need to say thank you very much to people for some coffees. So I've had the lovely Lynn, Emma, Jennifer, Carol, Sarah, Karen Marie, Debbie and Sue. So thank you so much for those coffees. I don't know if I've mentioned a couple of them already. I might have already done that. I need to make a record of who I thank and who I haven't so that I don't duplicate. But thank you so much for sending me some coffees. I really do appreciate it. It's really, really lovely of you. That's it, I think, for me today. So hopefully you'll see another vlog from me towards the end of the week about my collaboration with Becky. Then I think I'm going to try and do the Disney Makes vlog so that you can see some of the stuff that I made. Then I think I've got my review of my style art dress that I've done with Stacey J. So I've got a few things coming up as well. But if there's anything else you want to see from me, do let me know in the comment section below because I will take all that feedback on board. Now, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and do subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again very soon in my next video. Take care. Bye.